Hi, hello, good morning. I'm trying to keep my voice down because it's really early and my neighbours are still asleep. This is a collection of Polish badges that I was given by somebody who I've never even met, but because I was never given my granddad's badges when he fought in the Second World War. He was in what was called the Polish Free Fighters Army. When they heard that story, they actually sent me these through the post, and I just think that was so sweet that somebody who I've never even met, but just from hearing my story, was happy enough and kind enough to send me some Polish memorabilia so that I can eventually put this with a photograph of my granddad. Now, sadly, because I am being Section 21, this item is going to have to go into storage. But it really upsets me because, yes, I do auctions quite a bit, and a lot of the stuff that I do have in my property is from auction houses or charity shops. And on occasions, you do see things like this that come up in auction. And it's because either the family have passed away and they haven't got anybody else to pass them on to, or like myself, somebody has been forced into homelessness, or they've ended up going into a care home, or, due to unforeseen circumstances. And they have literally had to auction off their life, their memories, their memorabilia. I have seen photographs which, when you look at them, they're just photos. They won't mean anything to you, but at some point they would have been photos of somebody's mother or father or sister or brother or aunt or uncle or cousin. Again, some of the war memorabilia that does occasionally go through the auction houses will have provenance. So the people that owned it previously will literally do a family tree to say who was awarded these medals, when they were awarded them, and what for. These are obviously just your kind of like your standard medals that you would have, or badges you would have been given if you had served in the armed forces for Poland. But obviously there are other medals and badges that people get depending on the service and what they do. And some of those aren't even legally allowed to be sold. But needs must, there's always going to be a market for things like this. So sadly, yes, this is one of the items I do wish to keep, and it will go into storage. But again, when you're trying to explain that to your local council and they're saying, well, why are you paying for a storage container? It's like, well, even though it will say, do not put stuff of sentimental value in there, people will. What the eye don't see, the eye can't grieve about. But because this will not just be in it for me now, this will actually be for my own children. So it might not go into storage. I might just give it to them now. But being the age they are, they're not going to understand and they're not going to appreciate it. Ideally, I would have liked somebody within my family to have taken this and to maybe take care of it for me. But they've all said no. So it's down to me now to keep this item safe and pass it on to sort of the next generation, so to speak. So when you do see items like this that do come up for auction, just bear in mind that at some point they would have held a lot of sentimental value and importance to somebody. And although these ones I do believe aren't silver, some of them are. So when people do buy them, they're not buying them because they're a medal. They're buying them for the silver contents and how much the silver would be worth once it's melted down.